Hello, it's 10:35. We've just sat in the car. We're about to leave now. It says 55 minutes, which normally it doesn't take me that long to get there. It takes me between 30 and 40. So I'm going to see if there's maybe a bit of traffic and we'll take a different route because it is a Friday. But no, we're going to leave now. Hopefully be there by 11:30. That's perfectly fine. We're going to turn right here. Can you say that? Turn right.
No.
No.
On the football.
Oh, you want to go see a football?
Yeah.
Mummy did bring the football with her. If you want to play football, Mummy brought your football. We're turning right.
We're turning right.
So turning right. And we're going up here.
Going up here.
You came here last year, but you're not going to remember because you were too little, I think.
I do little.
You were too little when we came up here last time, weren't you? Uncle Sam and Lily were here last time.
And the field now. And the field now. And the field now.
We just gotta wait for this lorry, baby. This lorry's just going up the curb, okay? And then as soon as this lorry's done, we can go round, okay? Oh no, the camera's gonna go again. Oh no! Are we here? Okay.
Don't turn the gas. I'm going to put the welly boots on.
We're gonna put the welly boots on, yes.
Oh, that's a book.
Wait there, baby, okay? You're gonna wait for Mummy? You can do your window if you want. Mummy's unlocked it. In the field now? Yeah, should we go in the field now? Are we going in this way?
No, we're going in the field right there.
Sorry, do we go in this way now or do we have to drive back round that way?
You can go that way.
I can go this way, yeah? Okay.
We're going in the field right there. In the field.
Okay, fine. This is stressing me out. Okay, I can come in now. ACWS, I'm going over there. I know where I'm going. I will swing it round just in case because my lock isn't very good. Yeah, it just clunks, so I just try not to do it. Thank you.
In the field.
We're in the field. Ah, dear me. Should we see who's here? I think it's Andy.
Andy. In the field. In the field now.
Yeah, this is the field we're going to.
In the field we're going to.
Yeah, this is the field we're going to. Hello! Hello?
Hello.
You okay?
I'm fine, are you?
Yes. Hello, 20 past 12. A little bit of a delay and I might just give an overview of that later, but my poles kept, they're not loose, that's the wrong word. The poles, because of the wind, kept making noise on the roof, which meant that people were trying to flag me down, get me to stop and things like that, but they're not going anywhere. They are very well secured onto my roof. But more detail about that later. I'm going to start setting up because there's already people here and start having a look at what space we got.
I assume he's a big shake up.
Yes, everyone at work used to do that, by the way. Hey, you're not eating my cake. What are you doing? You want the tea cake?
Yeah. You only got that. I'll get all my stuff inside. You want yeah, please.
Have you got that nail still? Good evening. Oh, my hair is a mess. It's 20 to 7. I haven't shown you the tent yet. I haven't shown anything, but you've seen that plenty of times before. If you haven't, please look at my previous videos because they are all with tent setup. We've got quite a large union camp going on now, and then the Confederacy camp is over the other side of this car and trailer over here. Oh, there we are in the distance. You can just about see that in the distance. Archie's down on the bottom of the field playing ball, and we are just finished setting up. There's our little campfire. I need to hide Archie's plastic chairs and tables. Chairs and table. Otherwise, it's a nice little camp setup we have going, and I'll walk around the camps properly either later this evening or tomorrow morning. Good evening. It's now 27 minutes past 9. I'm here because it's the only spot of light that I can actually see. I'm just going to walk back up to camp. There's some light on a converted bar in front of me. I'm going to walk back into camp now, but what I have wanted to video about was my journey up here. So I had poles on my roof, as you've seen. If you have seen my videos before, you will see I take the poles on my roof and I have holes in my poles about 50 centimetres apart, same on every single pole. So I thread rope through the first set of holes on the roof rack at the front, and then at the rear part of the roof rack I thread another rope through the second part of the holes, all on the same poles, so they're double roped to my roof, so they will not go anywhere despite them rattling, or if there's a bit of wind and they move, they're not going anywhere. And I check that the night before when I put them on, and I check it the morning before I leave. I got on the motorway at junction 13 today, and straight away my poles started whistling and I heard a clunk, and I thought, all that's happened is where the rope goes between them and then wraps around, is where it wraps around, it's like they're like this, and then it's wrapped around like that, so the pole's gone on top of the other pole. And I thought, fine, I'll stop at the next services and have a quick look. I know they're not going anywhere. And then I had a van behind me come past me and beep at me and go, your roof? And I thought, all right, a bit conspicuous now, I know they're not going anywhere. They would have fallen off by now if they were. The rope definitely hasn't snapped. That's the only other thing I can think that somebody was beeping at me. So I pulled into the hard shoulder on the motorway, not something I like doing, I can't admit, not with Archie in the back at least anyway. Pulled into the hard shoulder, managed to get a bit of hard shoulder, which has got extra tarmac to the left of it, so I wasn't directly just in the hard shoulder, I was more in the grass verge than the hard shoulder. Got out, checked it, saw the poles one had gone on top of another, and then another one had slid across slightly, but again, they weren't going anywhere. They were fully tied down with the ropes, like I say, going through each one, and then that was all well and good. Left it as it was. Then got back on the motorway. It was really windy, I just have to add, and I was only going up to Bromsgrove from the M5, so I was going from junction 13 to junction 5 and this has happened 3 times on my journey. Got back on the motorway, got up to speed on the hard shoulder, and then a lorry flashed me out, which was really nice when I got to about 65. Pulled out, carried on, and then within a minute of me driving, no, not even that, it was literally within 20 seconds of me pulling back on again, clunk, and the pole is just, again, they're like this, and the end one has just shifted on top of the one next to it. So there's 3, 6, 10, 11, 12 poles on my roof, and the 2 end ones have just gone from laying side by side like this to on end. Again, there's rope through front and backs and around, so they cannot come off or move or come off the roof. But of course, people who are driving on the motorway don't see that. All they see is, the pole's gone on top of the other pole, we're in the middle lane on the motorway, oh my god, it's gonna fall off. That's what everyone else sees, and I can appreciate that because I would probably think the same. And then I had some guy come past me and go like that, to say like they're moving, and I went, cool, and he went, okay, and carried on. I thought that was really nice of him. I think when you actually do look at the roof rack on the car, you can see the rope goes through both sets, it's very visible, but I think going a higher speed on a motorway, you just don't think about that when a pole clunks. Anyway, I could hear then the whistling was getting a bit worse, so obviously I knew that the wind was really going through the holes on the poles, and I thought, all right, it's fine. Carried on, got up to junction 9 for Tewkesbury, or is that, yeah, that's Tewkesbury, 9, so I've been 4 junctions, and then again I had 3 or 4 cars coming past me going, look at your roof, and I thought, okay, I'm not going to be dealing with this all the way up the motorway, this is going to wind me up. And I was just thinking, again, I appreciate it's different people to last time, so it's obviously people who don't realise my situation, that can't see my roof rack properly, we're doing a 65, 70 on a motorway, understandable, so left it. The next couple of people that came past, I went, thank you, okay, just to give them the little, I know it's there, I'm okay. I had a car slow down and overtake me 2 or 3 times to tell me about the roof, which got on my wick a little bit. Those kind of things don't stress me out, because I know that my poles are perfectly secure, but it does when you've got the car behind you flashing you, then they speed up, overtake you, going like this, and then they pull back in front of you, and then they're banging their roof, like a hand out of their car, banging their roof to tell them about mine, and then they slowed down again, so much so that they were doing like 55, so I then had to overtake, and as I went past them, she went, and I went, I know, and obviously you can't lip read probably on a motorway, but I was like, I know, and I was just thinking, I do appreciate when people tell me there's something wrong, but they were fine. So I ended up coming off at Worcester at junction 7 because I was getting irritated, really irritated. That wasn't then the only car that kept telling me. I did stop another time. I then stopped before I come off, I stopped just after Streatham Services, and retied one of the ties to make it look more secure. It was wrapped around the pole differently, so it was hooked around the pole as well to stop that one particular pole curling up on top of the other. Again, got back on the other side of the junction because I'd come off and pulled up the slip road onto the hard shoulder there. Nope. Again, got back on within a minute. It just clunked one on top of another. And I thought, you know what, stuff it. I come off in like 9 miles. It's fine. I know it's fine because I've stopped 3 times now to check it. But yeah, again, I had more people trying to obviously worry about their own safety and worry about the driver's safety. So I can't be too annoyed, but I was annoyed at this point. So then I came off, and instead of waiting, because I didn't want more people to beep at me because it was stressing me out a little bit, I drove through Worcester. Not a single person mentioned anything driving through Worcester. Not one person. Strange, that is. Even though the poles were still askew with one on top of another. So I stopped somewhere in Worcester City Centre, and I got out, and I thought, I need to go back on the motorway to get to Bromsgrove. I'm not waiting another 40 minutes going up back roads. So I did. I took my ties all off, all four parts, and then I retied my poles back on slightly differently, so they shouldn't jump on top of each other. Then I carried on through Worcester, come out the other side. Added about 35 minutes to my journey, which I wasn't impressed with because I wasn't late because there's no time to arrive, but I like to be at the time that I say I'm going to be. Anyway, I might cut this overview down. I just wanted to give an overview of what it was and what actually happened and why I was a little bit irritated. But it's over with now. And a really kind gentleman, when I did come off the motorway, he was in a van and he pulled alongside me while we were going up the slip road, and he said, I've got cable ties in the back. They look pretty secure, but do you want me to tie them anyway? And I said, no, trust me, I've only got 9 miles till I stop. I'll stop up in the lay-by anyway and sort them out. You don't need to worry about them. They're not going anywhere. And he was like, oh, okay, no problem. Are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I promise you, they're not going anywhere. And he was like, Sam, no problem. Hope you have a good day, and drove off. And he was really lovely. And out of all of the people that could have possibly stopped, he actually came off the slip road with me, alongside me, and made sure that I was okay, which I thought was really nice. Perhaps he was being stereotypical, possibly, I don't know. But I can't make that assumption because I don't know who it was. But he was a really lovely bloke, and he was absolutely sound. He wasn't pointing arrows, he wasn't beeping at me with his horn full blast. He was just wound his window down, pulled up alongside me on the slip road, and asked me if I was all right, which I thought was lovely. Anyway, end of my rant and mini frustration, I suppose. I've tied the poles on my roof for exactly the same for the last however long I've had my car, 4 years, because it's the only car I've had with a roof rack, and I've never had the issue of them like latching onto each other, like going on one on top of another, and that is just because of that wind today and the way I did the one tie, and it just made it bounce. That was all. But anyway, right, I'm gonna go back into camp now because I've talked for 9 minutes, so I'm gonna have to cut some of this crap down. Go back into camp. 00:42, and I'm heading to bed.